Okay, as I have stolen this idea from my friend Richard, Church House Classics, cheers. He starts his with an update on vehicle projects. Now, my vehicle projects are nowhere near as expensive as his because mine are quite limited. I'm not doing a business. So, first and foremost, my Mark II Jaguar. I have got the engine rebuilt, as you have seen in my various videos. I am waiting for my body man to finish the body. Unfortunately, he has been struck down and is extremely ill. So I'm not sure how that is going to progress, what I'm going to need to do to get my body finished. But finish it I will. I'm also contacting BAS in California regarding the interior. I've torn my seats down ready, and I will be taking them to my powder coater to get those powder coated, and then I will take them to California to get them what's the word, upholstered. I can do the rest of the vehicle, but the seats, you got to do it right and leave it to the experts. Gonna cost me quite a few bucks, and once my house in England is sold, hopefully I'll have a few bucks to get that done. My XK8. Now, she has an issue with regarding the roof. Sometimes it says it's locked, it's unlocked, it's got big cocks, it's got little cocks. I don't know. So I'm going to be delving into that. My Chevrolet Silverado. She's done and up for sale. Simple as that. Nothing much more to talk about on that particular vehicle. My 88 Corvette. She sits waiting for me to do a couple of things to her. Once I get those done, I can really put her up for sale. I do have it up for sale at the moment, but must admit I'm not expecting really to get any offers, purely because of the work that needs to be done on it, and I'll do that, and then I can sell it. My Triumph Bonneville, pretty much done, ready to rock and roll. But with this, I can't ride, which really sucks. So, nothing much more to do on that. I will be restoring the Bonneville fully, but prior to that, I'm going to enjoy it for a while. And also, I want to finish off the Jaguar Mark II, get that done before I start on another restoration. My Dodge Ram 1500, nothing to say on that. It's a workhorse. Needs 4 new tyres. That's it on that particular project. These are my projects, unlike Church House Classics, where he has customers. I don't. When I have a customer, I do a video on their vehicle, push it out there on the intraweb, and you do what you do with it, whether you like it or not. That I think is pretty much it on my vehicles. My wife's vehicle, the Mercedes E320 of 2007, I will be doing a few things on that. It has a very strange noise coming through the speaker, even when it's all turned off. I don't know why. I don't know why. And then occasionally the clock will suddenly zoom backwards. Again, I don't know why. Hey, if any of you guys out there have experienced this with the Mercedes, please let me know, because I'm really not sure where to start on it. But start on it I will, but much better if one of you has had the same kind of problem and fixed it. Yep, think that's about it for this particular section. Now, let's move on to the real gin and groans, and you will be groaning. Cheers, guys, girls. Love you all. Oh, what is it they say? Like, comment, subscribe. That's kind of meant to be at the end rather than the beginning, isn't it? What the hell. Just do it for shits and giggles. Alright, this could be a total disaster, or it could be fun. I have a video friend, for want of a better word, on YouTube. His name's Richard at Church House Classics. and he does a section called Beer and Bollocks. And he just sits there and goes on about various things, you know, some car related, some not, some of it to do with COVID and whatever. It's just his opinions. And those of you that know me know I have opinions on most things. I'm not saying they're right, they're just my opinion. And if you don't like my opinions, that's okay. I probably don't like yours. But it doesn't matter, does it? It's your opinion, my opinion. We have different opinions. We agree to disagree. Same as politics and religion and all that shit, which I may or may not get into. So, I had to think of a title for it. Well, I tend to drink gin and tonic, so it's going to be called Gin and Groans. Catchy, huh? I know, you're just so intrigued now. All right, so, what can we start with? Well, I'm going to go straight out there with COVID. It was China's fault. They did it. They did it deliberately. They wanted to reduce their population, and they didn't give a shit about the rest of the world. They just wanted revenge on us. Now, that's just my opinion. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. It's an opinion. So, there you go. That's where I'm going to start. That's kind of the root of this video is going to be. And if you get easily offended by swear words, don't even bother watching. If you get offended by someone having their own opinion, don't bother watching. If, like me, you listen to other opinions, it may not change your mind, but it may well make you have a second thought. Watch it. It's fun. I'll probably throw in the odd stupid joke just for shits and giggles. Why not? It doesn't matter. We're on this world for a very short time. Our opinions don't do bugger all. So, cheers guys. Let's move on to the next exciting topic. Woo! Well, hopefully this won't frighten you too much. I'm a little closer to the camera right now. But continuing on with gin and groans. Cheers. Nice gin with a cocktail olive and a blue cheese. Sorry, let's rewind that, shall we? With a cocktail onion and a blue cheese stuffed olive. Much better than having lemon. That's what puffs drink. So, one of the things that I like now that I live in the good old US of A, and those of you that are watching this in America will go, yeah, we know that shit, Gary. This, I guess I want to say, is more directed at my UK viewers, of which I believe there is at least one. It's my son, and I pay him to watch. Damn it. In England, you're not allowed a gun, and I believe even since I left, the only people that can have gun other than like a farmer to protect his stock, etc., are people that do skeet shooting, or as in England it's called clay pigeon shooting, and I believe you have to leave the gun at the club. I'm not sure on that, and I'm sure somebody will correct me. But it just amuses me the different sizes of caliber over here. You know, we all remember the Dirty Harry, the Magnum 44. Well, I actually have a Magnum 357. Now, I never thought when I was a young lad that I would ever own a real gun. But I do. I got a 357 Magnum. And in my future purchases, there's going to be a Winchester rifle. The one like the cowboys used to use. And I'm going to get myself a Colt 45. Why? Because I can, and it's fun. A little amusing story: when I left Pennsylvania and came to Arizona, I asked the local police department, what should I do? And they said, well, you have to keep the gun and the bullets separate, and they have to be in the trunk of your car, for argument's sake. And I thought, yeah, I'm sure anybody that's going to rob me is going to wait while I go and get my gun and my bullets and put them together. Sorry, didn't happen as I drove across state lines, which apparently is illegal, but I wanted to protect myself and my family, so could we be a little bit sensible about it? Anyway, when I got to Arizona, I went to my local police department with my gun and said, hey guys, I have this gun. What do I need to do to register it to make myself legally compliant? And the female police officer who was behind the counter at the time said, what the hell are you talking about? You can have as many guns as you like. You gotta love that attitude. Anyway, just to show you a couple of different things. Right here, those of you that have watched my Silverado videos, when I replaced the seat cover, you will recall that I found a bullet. This is the bullet. It's a .22 caliber. I don't think it says it on it. It may or may not, but you can see it's a .22 caliber. Then a friend of mine has given me a round, and it is, I put my hands up, it's a dummy round. It's not a real one, but it's a round from the helicopters in Afghanistan, and it's a 30mm. Yes, girls, calm down. I'm sorry, I'm getting old. This is more me. So, look at that. .22, 30mm. Which would you rather hit you? So do you want to die quickly? Or long and suffering? Oh boy. So, yeah, just thought I'd show you those. Hopefully, if I hide, you can see them. But yeah, 30mm. Again, yeah, this is a dummy, but this is what they fire from those helicopters. And damn right too. Take that, you motherfuckers. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I have the 357 Magnum, my toy. It takes two types of cartridges. It takes the 357 Magnum, and it takes the 38 Special, which is very handy. You go down to the local range, you're not blowing away a 357 Magnum shell every time. Yeah, you do it because you like it. 38 Special is a little bit cheaper. But let me show you these two. This is the 38 Special. This is the 357 Magnum. They're both FMJs, I believe is the correct term, full metal jacket. You can see the difference is not tremendous in height. However, that is enough to make that fucker make one hell of a bang. And it is lovely. Every time I have gone to the range to use that gun, or whoever is next to me in the next booth, whatever you want to call it, and I'm using my gun with the Magnum shells, they normally tap me on the shoulder and go, man, what the fuck are you shooting? And that's a 357. Clint Eastwood used, okay, it was a movie, but Clint Eastwood used the 44 Magnum. Now, I have fired a 44 Magnum, and believe me, that mofo does pack a punch. Now, in his movie, you know, did I fire a 6.5 or did I fire a 6? Well, it wouldn't do it any good with the gun that I've got, because my gun holds 7 shells. I like to have that extra. And let me show you. This is my baby. This is my Taurus 357 Magnum. Pop her open. You can see she holds 7 shells. Isn't that beautiful? Now, hang on one second. I've got to unload this because I want to show you something, and I'm not going to do it with a loaded gun. All right. Now, do note, gun is empty. you don't fuck around with loaded guns. This gun has a, what they call, I think they call it a dual action or a two action. You can fire it like that, and this is a naughty, you shouldn't do this, or you can fire it like that. So you have the choice, and I like that when I'm on the range, purely because it's a lot easier. Oh shit, no, I don't want to fire it. So you put your thumb on there, you pull the trigger, and then you release it in slowly. And push that out, and then this little piece here, you push and that spits all the shells out. Isn't that great? All right, I just wanted to show you guys that. Why? Because I like guns. And just a little side note here, and I don't know if this is an NRA point of view or not. I really don't know. They want to introduce gun control. They want all the guns registered and licensed. Yeah, okay. Or they want to take the guns away. If you make everybody license the guns, all that means is that the good people will license the guns, the bad people still won't. So, really, what do you achieve? Apart from making the good citizens, like me, I'm a good citizen. I would register my gun, of course, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with the police knowing I have a gun. What I do have a problem with is that the criminal, maybe the guy in the house next to me, who knows, or the guy that cuts me off and pulls out his gun out of his truck, his isn't registered. So what? I can still die from it. You achieve nothing, in my opinion, unless someone can tell me how making people license their guns reduces the amount of gun crime, which I don't believe it does. What's the point, other than the government gaining a little more control over the law-abiding citizens and perhaps, well, not perhaps, but getting money out of them, because let's face it, they're going to charge you for this shit. So, there you go. That's my little rant and rave on guns and bullets. What shall we move on to next? Political correctness. Oh boy. Let me pause it here for a second. Alright, I want to try and give you guys different views in the background while I'm doing my shit here. And, excuse me one second, let me adjust you slightly. You're on top of my Corvette. I bet you feel proud. With gin in hand, of course, because this is Gin and Groans. Let's talk about political correctness. I hate it. That's the simple answer. I hate it. It causes a lot more problems than it should. Why? Because you cannot say how you feel or what your opinion is. Now, I'm not saying your opinion will be right. I'm not saying your opinion will be correct. But it is your opinion, and you are entitled to it, as I am entitled to mine. Now, I was born in the very early 50s and went through life in England in the 50s, 60s, blah, blah, blah. And I grew up with my father being a policeman, and he saw a lot of bad things. And unfortunately, they were related to particular races. Now, we also had products around in those days, and please understand the word I'm about to use, which I know offends some people. It's just a descriptive word. It is not meant to be insulting. We had shoe polish. It was called nigger brown. Why? Because that's what I grew up with, and that is the colour of the skin of someone that was classed as a nigger. Now, it wasn't an insult to them, it was merely a descriptive comment of that type of person. There are various things, chinky yellow and, that kind of stuff. It's sad that people get upset by it. We used to have a jam called Robertson's Jam, and we used to collect there was a little paper character that was tucked behind the label, and us kids used to collect those characters and stick them in a book, and when we completed the book, we'd send it away for an enamel badge which we would wear proudly. And that character was called a gollywog. Oh no, you're saying wog. Come on, it wasn't meant to be insulting. We're not allowed to say those things anymore. Well, yeah, you can say them, but people get pissed off. I don't think it's against the law, but it is what it is. One other thing from a personal point of view, my opinion on that and other things, certain members of my family would say, oh, that's Gary, he always takes the opposite point of view. No, that's insulting to me. I don't take the opposite point of view. I have my opinion. My opinion may well be different to yours, but instead of saying, Gary's got an opinion, he thought about that, you go, he's taking the opposite point of view to me, as if your opinion is right. That's a family thing. Your opinion isn't any better than my opinion. Your opinion is yours, my opinion is mine. Whether it's family, a guy next door, whatever, it doesn't matter. I have my opinion, respect that. You have yours, I'll respect it. We disagree. Terrific. It's not a big fucking deal. Okay, let's move on to the next subject. And if I had my pad here with all my subjects on, I'd be able to tell you what it is. But I don't, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to have to shut you off and come back. Oh, and I'm trying to, did I say that at the beginning? I'm trying to give you different things to look at. It's out here. What is it now? Probably around 4 o'clock, I think, in Arizona. The sky is absolutely blue. The sun over there is beating down on me. I'm in shorts and flip-flops. It's December I don't know, whatever, 17th, 18th, 19th, I don't know, doesn't matter. And I'm in one of the best countries in the world. Those of you that are jealous about being here, I understand. But don't hate us because you haven't got it. You have the choice, like I did, to get your ass here, but do it legally. That's another little thing we'll get into later in Gin and Groans. Okay, the next subject, and I'm going to hit all sorts of shit, guys, is, like song lyrics. I often change the lyrics when the song is on the radio or whatever, and it amuses some people, I guess, offends others, but I don't give a fuck. I might make this a regular feature, but that kind of depends on the response. And I'll pick like a line out of a song and change it just for amusement. And I'd love to know any lines out of a song rather than a whole song that you think should be different. One of it was a stepchild at the time, and the song was Desmond Decker's Pass the Dutchie on the left-hand side. That was the line in the song. He thought it said pass the sausage on the left-hand side. What was the other one? Desmond Decker, wake up in the morning, bake beans for breakfast, which is not what it said, but it kind of sounded good. Now, misheard lyrics or changed lyrics. One that I particularly like, and this may offend a number of people, but tough shit. was in Elton John's song, I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. Well, knowing Elton John's preference, I would change it to I Won't Let Your Sun Go Down on Me. Sorry, that may be offensive, but it's funny. You got to admit, that's funny. So, if you have any song lyrics, lines that you think would be amusing, send them to me in an email. That way you cover your ass, and I'll repeat them on the Gin and Groans section. Now, I don't know if Gin and Groans is going to work or not, but hey, what the hell? It's worth a go. Now, let me have a sip of my drink first. I'm a Formula One fan. Love Formula One. Lewis Hamilton fan too. Unfortunately, recently, he's been so dominant. And that's terrific. You know, I was a Michael Schumacher fan, and he was dominant. But it does make Formula One, unfortunately, extremely boring. So I was really happy when Lewis got COVID. Not to injure Lewis, but the fact that he wouldn't race. And George Russell stepped in, and I thought, fucking great. That boy got so much bad luck, it was just not true. I mean, the gods were working against him. But he's talented. He will be a Formula One champion in the future. Mark my words. Well, let me put a caveat on that, providing he can get his ass into a good team. Maybe Toto can help him. So we'll see about that. But on the Formula One side, we have, Racing Point. And with Racing Point, they kicked out one of the better drivers because the other driver, yeah, you know it, Daddy owns the team, so he's not going to get kicked out. So I guess, you know, Daddy couldn't buy him a Formula One World Championship because they actually expected him to win races. So instead they bought him a Formula One driver, better known as Sebastian Vettel. I think it's quite ironic that a Jewish family now own a German. I know, it's politically incorrect. Now own a German. Oh dear. Okay, I know they don't own him, but you gotta look at the irony of that. Or maybe you don't. That's your choice. I just thought it was remarkably funny, you know. Daddy, he's a German. Do we really want him, Daddy? Hey son, shut the fuck up. I just bought you a Formula One World Champion. What do you want? Huh? Okay, well, I'm probably going to be banned for everything from now on. Okay, you guys know me. You know my email address, gstargarage@gmail.com. I will expect abusive emails, I'm sure. But would you like me to do more of this shit? What do you think? You know, this is just my opinion. This is just things I think about. It doesn't mean shit. It's just an opinion. You got yours, I got mine. It's meant to be amusing. It's meant to be fun. What the fuck? I ain't gonna get an Oscar for this shit. Damn it. And there was me thinking Catherine Zeta-Jones might actually like me. I mean, I think I've said it before. What has Michael Douglas got that I haven't? You know, okay, he's got talent, he's got money, he's got good looks. Oh, shit. Guess I'm screwed. Oh, well. Okay, boys, girls, my usual cut-off, as you know, from my car videos is now get out in that garage and do some shit, even though this is a Gin and Groans section. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I'm sure you'll let me know. Oh, hit the like button.